Drew and Cynthia.
Hannah, thanks very much. Time for Chemist Corner this morning with Mr. Jesse Miller from the U of I, and we're doing a little Easter egg dyeing here this morning.
That's right. So, you know, being Easter coming up, I thought I'd do something about, or talk about a little bit about something that most of us do around Easter, and that's color eggs.
Sure.
Okay. Now, it's interesting. So, I'm going to talk about dyes for a second. You know, what exactly is a dye, right? A dye is just a chemical that attaches to the surface of whatever it is, substrate, and, you know, it has some sort of pigment inside it to change color. You know, if you want to dye your hair, you're actually coating your hair with something. You're not actually changing the color of your hair. Sure. Right? So a little bit of a difference between a pigment and a dye. So in this case, we're not actually changing the color of the eggs. We're coating the eggs. It's like painting the eggs, but with painting with a dye. Okay.
And so this is like what the people traditionally use to dye their eggs a lot of times.
This is probably the most common brand. Ever since I was a kid, we always got these.
Right.
And it comes with the little 6 tablets in there. But if you look at the back of the, if you look at the ingredients on there, it'll say somewhere in here, if you're fast at it, it'll give the colors, and it says FD&C yellow 5,
oh,
FD&C blue 2, FD&C blue 1,
sure,
FD&C red 40. Okay, FD&C, of course, is the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Act. Okay, this is all it stands for. So these are the way you have to register your dyes to make sure that they're edible. Okay, so if you look at the back of a Kool-Aid packet, well, there you go. Here you got blue 1, which is the same thing as it's in there. Yellow 5, red 40.
Yep.
Okay, so these are all the same dyes. If you look at food coloring, okay, it's red 40, yellow 5,
sure,
blue 1, blue 5. So they're all the same dyes. It's just how it's done. When you buy one of these packets, and there's nothing wrong with those, this is what I always bought when I was a kid. You know, it comes with a bunch of other stuff too. Okay, but the actual dye itself, it's not any different than what's in Kool-Aid. So, turns out you can just use Kool-Aid if you have a bunch of Kool-Aid packets around to dye your eggs if you want to. Okay, you don't have to. It doesn't smell like. You asked about vinegar, if I had any vinegar in here before we came on, and no, one of the things that's kind of cool about Kool-Aid is
Kool-Aid
is that you don't have to add vinegar, okay, because there's ascorbic acid in it already, vitamin C. Okay, it's in citric acid. So it's already, what the vinegar does, it's called a mordant, and it prepares the surface for the dye to attach to. Okay, and most dyes require some sort of mordant to some degree. So when you add vinegar to your tablets there, what you're doing is you're preparing the surface of the egg to accept the dye. Now you can do that. You don't have to add vinegar to the Kool-Aid. You can if you want to. But one of the things that's kind of nice about using Kool-Aid is it doesn't smell like vinegar.
Right. It smells like tropical things, like orange and wild berry.
That's right.
Summer rainbow fluff.
So if you want to know exactly how much to add, it's about a cup. Okay. A cup of water. DI water works best because then you don't have to worry about the pH of the solution. Excuse me. So
on these that we're doing with Kool-Aid, because we aren't using vinegar, is the dye still going to stay on there just as well?
Yes, it will.
As long?
Once it dries, it'll be fine. If you get it wet, it's just like any of these other ones. It'll start to run.
And red it. Okay.
Right. So as long as you set it out to dry, and once it's dry, from the pictures that I've seen, they actually look pretty good. And you can mix some of these colors, just like you can with anything else, to give you what you want. You can also use food coloring. Now, food coloring, you have to add vinegar to because there's nothing. You need that mordant.
Sure.
So, and you can also prepare your eggs by. Can you hand me a hard-boiled egg here?
Certainly.
How do you know it's hard-boiled?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
You spin it, right?
Right.
Wait, how do you know?
You spin the egg, right? If the egg spins, it's hard-boiled. If it doesn't spin easily, okay, then you know it's raw. And the reason for that is because it's liquid inside here, and you got inertia, right? And so as you spin, the inside is still staying put.
Oh,
I never knew that.
Once you do get it to spin, and then you stop it, it'll start to spin again a lot of times because the inside of the egg, there you go, is still spinning,
moving around, right?
And the outside's got to catch up.
So, I mean, these Kool-Aid dyes, are not any more natural than these dyes.
No, it's the exact same thing. Now, you can color your eggs with natural dyes. There's things out there. You can use red cabbage. You can use onion skin, turmeric, will give a kind of a yellowish color, I think.
Okay.
Spinach, I think, will give greens. So you can play around with, and you have to add vinegar because you need the mordant. So you can play around with natural dyes as well.
Sure.
You got to boil them down and concentrate the.
Right. Well, I know that's a concern because a lot of people are worried. There have been things out about certain dyes and things like that causing hyperactivity and.
I can't actually speak to that.
Right.
We get inundated constantly with this is bad for you and that's bad for you
and that's good.
But for the most part, I mean, people have been dyeing eggs for a long time, and I don't know. Maybe it affected me. I have no idea.
If it wasn't the dye,
that's
Jesse.
what it was. All right, Jesse's going to be hanging out with us until 7. What do you got planned for that?
We're going to destroy some peeps.
Woo!
Cool.
Not like people, not peeps,
not
people.
my peeps.
Right.
Yeah,
the little
peeps. Yes.
The little chicks.
We're going to see how well they can handle the outer space.
Sounds good to me. More of the morning show right after this.